My higher self, I could say, betrayed me, but it didn't. It just tricked me because it knows better. And it needed me to create that family. And it needed me to have that child and actually bring that child to one last major activation that I did before I was left by my higher self, and my whole life kind of went to shit. I mean, it was already getting a documentary about shamans who can communicate with dolphins, and I'm like, oh my god, holy shit. Like, higher self is giving me visions of my baby needing to be born with dolphins, and now my friend's calling me up and telling me that there's these shamans that can communicate with dolphins, and my wife's 7 months pregnant, like, and we were thinking about having a water birth. Maybe this is all gonna work out and I'm gonna go and have some sort of crazy ceremonial birth on top of already having a ceremonial conception on this really unique date. I would have an interspecies ceremonial birth with dolphins and shamans and all of this crazy, amazing stuff that just sounded like out of a fantasy book to human reality. And I was amazed and pleased. And we did this, and it all started great until it came to be that actually a higher self was tricking me. And the situation was there was a bunch of dark shamans, and mainly this woman from Belgium training 3 native shamans on how to do dark magic, and they were working a serious portal in this kind of dolphin lagoon to like rape the 4th dimensional human energy, the collective heart of humanity. And so I went there with my pregnant wife and a whole bunch of people, and we're planning on filming this dolphin shaman communication ceremony, possibly with real live interspecies water birth involved. And it went to shit. People ended up, leaving because it was so horrible. There was other situations, like one of my friends, one of the final survivors in the situation, after like half the people had left, was like, oh my god, like, what are we doing here? We're not filming a documentary on black magic. How do we really know if they're doing dark magic on us here? Like, this is horrible. And I said, normally we ask the earth, and the earth will give us a sign, and either like some white butterflies or some black butterflies will manifest themselves. Well, holy shit, did the earth give us a sign. There was like, at that exact moment, my buddy looks up and he goes, what, like that? And there was like 30 vultures that had no reason to even be there. These are animals that just thrive off of death. And this was in the middle of a lagoon that was supposed to be full of life. And they're circling the house, and land down. To cut the story short, I at that point realized something seriously dark was going on. I sent my wife back to the city. Huge ceremony went down to close the portal. I left with rainbows behind me, rainbows in front of me, rainbows above me, and got to the city just in time for my wife to have gone into labor. And I meet my friend in the hotel. He's like, dude, she's in the hospital, she's going into labor, she's having a baby right now. We get there. all that darkness was so angry, and like so much of it had been purged and worked on. Battery just died, so I'm not exactly sure where I was, but I figured it was probably because I was taking a little too long to get to the point. I know it was a cool, interesting story. If you want me to continue with the story, make some comments and tell me down there, like, dude, tell us more of them stories. It was rock. But the bottom line was, my higher self tricked me. And why did my higher self trick me? My higher self tricked me because it knows more. And it brought me into this situation that actually flooded my pregnant wife with so much dark energy that after the baby, she went through postpartum, went insane, and left us, and I was left alone. So I'm like walking, like, you know, heating up bottles in the middle of the night to like feed a baby, waking up 3, 4, 5 times in the night with the water heater right there and all this. But I had that higher self, that higher spiritual energy there with me, and so much love for the baby. You know, it was all gonna be all right, and I was okay with all of it. So wherever we were at, my higher self had me bring my 6-month-old baby girl on her very first major portal activation, and shortly thereafter he dipped out, ascended back up to the 5th dimension, and left me as a normal human in probably one of the most difficult situations a 24-year-old man could find himself in. A single father in a country away from everyone in his family, caring for his baby alone, trying to run 2 businesses, waking up with 2-3 times in the middle of the night with the water heater right there, and the baby bottle, mixing the formula, carrying her everywhere with me through the mountains in the kangaroo backpack, doing all this, all that, but getting stressed the out. And at that point, anxiety and depression started hitting in very hard, without the guidance and the spiritual power of my 5th dimensional self. And it reached a point where I couldn't manage the businesses. I pretty much lost all my money. I had to go to my family for help. My mother is a caring, wonderful, loving woman, and she came down to Peru. We went through another incredible struggle, ridiculous, trying to get the paperwork and the citizenship and passport for my daughter to get to the U.S. That took us about 9 months. In the U.S. Embassy, caused my mother, the woman yelled at my mother and caused her to cry. It was so much stress for even my mother that she had to leave me in Peru again with my daughter alone once we finally got all the work done, and supposedly I was going to have the passport in a month. So what happened? As a normal human, I really couldn't handle that stress and that strain. And so I first started with some anxiety pills. You could buy them over the counter in Peru, and I started taking anxiety pills. I had done enough, experimented enough with drugs in my teenage years as well, and maybe had an addictive personality to begin with. Add that on top of all of that pain, the anxiety pills, it progressed into pain pills, and I was able to find morphine pills at pharmacies, and my life spiraled downhill. I ended up having to, give my daughter to my parents, my mom mostly, to take care of. Because at that point, even though I still had so much love, as the person I am is just a very loving person, I was barely being able to take care of myself. And I tried to seek out help for myself and take care of myself, and struggled for years, for a few years with that, on and off, being able to have 4, 5, 6 months without needing drugs to deal with the pain and the suffering of having lost, my human family as a normal human. And then you would have seen me come back on YouTube and create a bunch of conscious videos from all of the experiences and the consciousness I had developed. Humans still can be very conscious beings, even if they are just normal humans. But then the cycle would progress, and I would fall back into a darkness, and my shadow would strangle me, and this happened again and again and again. And that's the point. A lot of us have to go through this. Our higher dimensional selves have to ascend so they can reach even higher dimensions and grab even greater consciousness, so that when they come back and reunite with us, they have even more consciousness about the light, and we have even more consciousness as the humans about the darkness, about the shadow. So if you're in your period of struggling right now, and you're like, what happened? Everything was so beautiful and there was so much light before, but why is it such a struggle now, and what's going on? Have hope, have faith. Receive from me faith and hope. Mahakashanarim Om Buraham Deshna Pamakanade Haram Makapun Shiva Om Namah Shiva Maram Yam Kara Deshavam Tiraka. You are beautiful beings of light, and your higher selves did not abandon you. 5D ascended, and now they're coming back down. They're coming back down to dig in the dirt and help us once again, like splatterball light energy into this really defected program that is planet Earth. But it's looking pretty beautiful, and things are seeming pretty amazing. So get ready to be reconnected with some powerful and strong streams of light. Start asking for forgiveness for your kind of feelings of abandonment and frustration that you had to go through, whatever you might have had to go through these past few years or are going through, and know that they're coming back for us to reunite with us, because we have a long human life left. Living as a normal human, and you going through and suffering all of these things that you may have to suffer through, from the extremity of being a single father that becomes addicted to drugs, to dealing with old childhood, things from when you were bullied and just overeating and body issues or stuff like that. There's millions of things going on in the world that are dark. And that's the whole reason why our higher selves came and connected with three-dimensional beings, with normal humans like us, to create these multi-dimensional, or these star seeds, these light workers who have the channel. And no matter where you are, if you feel like you just been left by your higher self and you're going into a period of darkness, or you've been in a period of struggle and hardship, or you feel like you're just getting out of a period of struggle and hardship, take great note of the shadow aspects of humanity and human culture that you had to deal with during that time period, because that's what your higher self is coming back with even greater light and information to unite within you to help you solve that purpose. Now, because of what I went through, I'm here as, again, united with my higher self, my fifth dimensional self, and boy, man, does it feel good to have him back home in my body. But I now know I have a serious destiny purpose. I don't know how many addicts out there also have dealt with some shit, but the whole NA, AA idea of you're an addict and this is an illness that you have for life and it's incurable and you have to focus on the past, or you let your mind be free, you're going to relapse, is fucking ridiculous. It is completely curable. And I'm here right now as a person who is going to cure addiction. I'm already developing the methods to cure addiction. Whether they're huge drug addictions, or food addictions, or even emotional addictions, and also things that do with relationships that I had. Just like seriously unhealthy kind of codependent relationships that started with the mother of my daughter and then happened throughout a period of time where a lot was learned, but a lot of pain was caused to each of us in the relationship. And so I am a ancient soul with immense amounts of tantric knowledge, and I'm here to bring back light and information and how to create those sacred relationships, like true tantric male-female relationships where the giving and the receiving in a relationship unites the unified purpose of the two people and their diverse and polar opposite abilities that attract them together, allow them to manifest this purpose at such a greater level. And then I have all this stuff that higher self had given me when I was running around, doing crazy energy work, like the mad galactic shaman in Peru, about changing the educational system, changing the medicinal system, and transforming the ecological and agricultural systems. Like, I know I'm always in the front line when we're running into battle. I'm fucking there, the head of the charge, like, let's take it on first, and then everybody's working on the battle together. And unfortunately, it's a little bit of a battle we're in right now. it's a hell of a battle. But we are the light workers. We are the star seeds, and we are the carriers of cosmic knowledge that is here to end the battle and let humans evolve into more like fourth dimensional emotional creatures that can live in peace and joy and know their purpose and find their love on a daily basis. Namaste, brothers and sisters. This is Dachi Yam coming back at you from Phoenix, Arizona. Let's see how long we do it, but we gonna be doing it. Love and light, blessings to all, jobless. Cause I'm jobless. Just kidding, I have like so many fucking jobs I can't even count them, and too much goddamn work. I am working in my sleep. But anyway, I don't have a paycheck, and I don't work for the system. So jobless the universe for giving me infinite abundance and making all of us able to connect together and work together. If you're in one of your situations, positions of darkness, and you need a little light right now and a little assistance, and you want to help a brother help you out, you know what? I'm here for you. I got like light cords connecting back into me. I don't even know what to do with. I'm just like, Jesus, where are they gonna plug in? And the channel's getting bigger. So we're here for you. I'm here for you. The world's here for you. The universe is here for you. No one is alone. Nothing is everything. All is one and one is all.